Alright, sixth graders, we are going to use what we learned about creating like fractions by changing some to their equivalent fractions in order to order these fractions. So yesterday we compared, today we're going to order. So I'm going to use 1/2. Actually, before we skip right to that, I kind of am just going to make it really simple for you. I'm wondering how you would order 1/6, 4/6, 2/6, 3/6, and 5/6. So, which would come first? Well, since all of our pieces are broken into the same number, we can arrange them by the order of their numerator, this top number. So once we have like fractions, we're comparing the numerators. So we would just arrange this into 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, and 5/6. But the trouble is the fractions that we're going to be given are not like fractions yet. They do not have the same denominator. So we have to make like fractions. So they need to have same denominator. That's the bottom number. And then we're going to order based on the numerator. Okay? So in order to make like fractions, we're going to have to probably follow these steps to create them, right? So we're going to find the lowest common multiple of the denominators and write them as fractions over that denominator. Whew, that's a lot. We're putting all this together. It's really important that you're not missing anything and you're following along with us, right? So here, skipping back to my original example, 1/2 and 2/5 and 7/20. How would we order them? Well, first we're going to make like fractions. So we're looking for the lowest common multiple of 2, 5, and 20. Well, I noticed 2 goes into 20 and 5 goes into 20, and 20 of course is a multiple of itself. So we are going to rewrite these over 20. The nice thing is this one we don't even have to change, right? Because it's already out of 20. Well, 5 times what is 20? 5 times 4 is 20. So whatever we multiplied this bottom by, we're now multiplying the top by that. So 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times what made the 10? Well, 2 times what made the 20? 2 times 10 made that 20, right? So whatever we multiply by the bottom, we have to multiply that by the top. So 1 times 10 is, of course, 10. Now we're putting these in order. So that would be the 7/20, then the 8/20, and the 9/20. But we actually need to use our simplified fractions, right? So our 7/20 stays the same. This 8/20 was actually 2/5, right? And 1/2 was the biggest. So this would be our final answer. You see how we had to show work? That will be expected of you to do as well. I want your answer to be in this simplified form like this, okay? Now, 5/9, 2/3, and 11 18ths. Well, these are pretty nice for you. 9 goes nicely into 18, so does 3, so 18 goes into itself. So we're going to change these to out of 18. So now I'm comparing 9 times 2 was 18, so I'm multiplying the 5 by the same. 3 times 6 was 18, so I'm multiplying the 2 by the same. Or you could say, okay, 18 divided by 3, 18 divided by 9, right? Then we have to figure out what we are doing. So 3 times 6 was 18, so that's what we wanted in the denominator. 2 times 6 is 12. So now we're comparing 10, 11, and 12. So we would write it as 10 18ths, 11 18ths, 12 18ths. So I'm showing you could skip right to, okay, that 10 18ths was 5 ninths. This was written as 11 18ths. And this 12 18ths was 2/3. So you can write them like that. All right. I think in your homework I'll have you be dragging those fractions and ordering them, but I do want to see your work. Okay? Now I want you to try a couple. So how about 3/5, 7/10, and 4/6? Well, 6 doesn't go into 10, but 5 does. But we still have to find something that is a multiple of 5, 10, and 6. Well, I know that these will be easy because if it ends in a 0, it's a multiple of both of them. So let's write out our multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and okay, I think that's plenty far enough. Now remember, if it ends in a 0, it's a multiple of both 5 and 10, so that's what we're looking for, right? So we're going to use 30. So we have to change all of our fractions this time. What times 5 equals 30? So 30 divided by 5 is 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. So 3 times 6 would be... Make sure you're practicing your multiplication if it's not a strong suit. It's very, 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 very important. 10 times what is 30? 10 times 3 is 30. So 7 times 3 is 21. Do you see how we're going top to top here? And then what times 6 was 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 6. So we have to multiply the top by 5. All right. So we have 18, then 20, then 21 when we have like fractions. So our 3/5 is staying in the front. Then our 4/6 here, and then finally our 7/10. So remember, after you've done this work here, you're going to drag these over. So this you would move here, then you would drag when you're doing your assignment to show your answer on the first slide, okay? 9/4, 11, 6, and 5/2. So I notice these are all improper fractions. The other nice thing I notice is that, oh, no, that's not true. I was going to say 4 goes into 6, but it doesn't. Silly me. All right, so let's write out our multiples of 6. I think it will be easiest. We'll just use over here. So 2 will go into all of these, but 4 will not go into 6, but 4 will go into 12. So that's going to be our lowest common multiple. So we want it out of 12. 4 times what was 12? 3, of course, right? So 9 times 3 is where we're getting that 27. 6 times 2 is 12. So 11 times 2 would be 22. 2 times 6 was 12, so 5 times 6 would be 30. All right, so we're rearranging these. So 11 6 would go first, then 9 fourths, then 5 halves would be biggest. And we're arranging from least to greatest. So remember, some of these may want you to go greatest to least, but we practice least to greatest. Be sure you are dragging your answers where they go, so you'd start here, then here, and here, okay? All right, have a super wonderful day.